Okay, so number 1, in the activity we just did, what represents the force needed to lift the blocks? So what did you use in order to lift the blocks? What represented that force? Cooper.
The thing in the middle.
So we'll know, what did we use to lift that though? That's the fulcrum. That marker was our fulcrum. But what did we actually use to lift the blocks? What was our force? Emery?
The gram cube.
Yep, that would be the gram cubes, right? We use those gram cubes to be lifting it. So that's your answer number 1. That was the force that we were using. Now, we talked about it a little bit. We said, imagine that's you doing the work. You're either doing the work of like 3 people, if you move the fulcrum closer to where the load is, or you're doing the work of 76 people. Which one's going to be easier? 3. So you have to be smart about where you place that fulcrum. Number 2 then, what happened when the marker was closer to the block cup? When the marker was really close to those big blocks, what happened? The marker was closer to the big blocks, we used less force, right? We used less gram cubes. Good. It took fewer of them in order to lift it up. Now, I understand when we made our predictions, it was a little bit confusing, but did any of your predictions feel close to what you kind of said today? Tell us a little bit about it, Charlie.
I guessed 5, and it was.
What about our predictions at the very beginning? We talked about that fulcrum and where its position was, the marker's position. You guys wrote it down on the page before.
I said that the weight of the gram cubes, the 1 gram cube was way down in the 2 blocks.
Okay. Brock?
I said if one end has more blocks than the other side, it will lift up.
Now that's kind of confusing with this one because the blocks were such different sizes, right? So our predictions might not have, especially since we didn't have it all set up to see it, might not have been exactly on point, but you guys did a very nice job with this. Now, I need you on page 40 to make sure you have 1 and 2 answered with words, okay? Make sure you have number 1 and 2 answered with words. This is your task. I'll come around and check them.